air, water, and weather. In this lesson, how sun affects weather, air, land breeze and sea breeze, water, evaporation, condensation, impurities in water, methods of water purification, underground water, conservation of water. Weather changes from time to time. It is never same all the time. It may be sunny in the morning, suddenly it may become overcast and start raining. The sun causes changes in the weather. The heat of the sun affects the movement of air. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular place and time. It can be hot, cold, windy, dry or humid. How sun affects weather. The earth rotates on its tilted axis. The part of the earth facing the sun has day and the other part has night. We have also learnt that the earth also moves around the sun. The part of the earth which is nearer to the sun has warmer and longer days. This part has summer season. The part of the earth which is farther from the sun has cooler and shorter days. This part has winter season. Thus, revolution of the earth causes different seasons. In India, there are three main seasons: summer, monsoon and winter. However, weather can change not only during one season but it can also change from hour to hour. The sun causes winds. The heat of the sun affects the movement of the wind. It heats up the air. The hot air being lighter rises up and cool air being heavier moves in to take its place. This is how wind blows. This movement of hot air up and cool air down forms air currents. Sun causes changes in the states of water. The sun heats up water in the seas, ponds and rivers. Water changes into water vapor. This water vapor rises and cools down to form drops of water. These drops of water join to form clouds. When clouds become too heavy, they fall down as rain. In places where it is very cold, water vapor falls down as snow. Air. The earth is surrounded by a thick layer of air. Moving air is called wind. When the wind is gentle, it is called breeze. Fast and strong winds can cause storms. Hot and cold air. How do hot and cold air move? This can be understood through this activity. Activity 1. Light a candle. Watch its flame as you hold the candle in different positions as shown below. What do you observe? It is seen that the flame always burns upwards irrespective of the position of the candle. Activity 2. Light a candle. Now hold your hands above the flame carefully. Next hold your hands around the sides of the candle. When did you feel hotter? The air was hotter when the hands were above the candle than when they were around the candle. This shows that hot air rises up. Activity 3. Hold a small piece of paper above the flame and drop it gently. The paper will not fall down, it will rise up. This happens because hot air rises up and pushes the paper up. Land breeze and sea breeze. During the day, land gets heated up faster than water. The warm air above the land rises up and the cool air from the sea moves in to take its place, causing breeze to blow from sea to land. This is called sea breeze. During the night, exactly the reverse takes place. At night, the land cools up faster than the sea. The warm air above the sea rises and the cool air from the land blows towards the sea. This is called land breeze. Activity 4. Take 2 bowls. Fill one with water and the other with sand, and keep them in the sun on the ground. After 2 hours, feel the water and the sand. Which is warmer, water or sand? You will notice that sand is warmer than water. Then keep both the bowls indoors. After 2 hours, feel the two again. What do you notice? Sand will be cooler than water. This shows that sand absorbs heat faster than water. It also loses heat faster than water. Sea breeze. Land breeze. Water. Almost 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. We use water for our daily activities. Water is found not only in lakes, ponds, rivers, seas and oceans, but also found under the ground. Air contains water in the form of water. Vapor. Rain occurs because of evaporation and condensation of water. Rainfall is the main source of water. Evaporation. The sun heats surface water of the earth from oceans, lakes, rivers and ponds. When water is heated, it changes into water vapor. The process of change of water to water vapor due to heating is called evaporation. Factors which affect evaporation. Activity 5. Take two bowls, one having a small surface area and the other with a large surface area. Pour equal quantities of water in the two bowls. Place them in the sun. Observe the level of water in them after 2-3 hours. Do you notice any change in the level? Water evaporates faster from the bowl having a larger surface area. Evaporation takes place faster when the exposed surface area of water is large, when there is strong wind, when the air is dry, when it is hot. Water vapor rises into the air and forms clouds. When clouds become heavy, they fall on the earth as rain. Water vapor also forms dew, frost, snow, fog and hail. Condensation. The process whereby water vapor changes into drops of water on cooling is called condensation. If you keep a glass of ice-cold water on the table, what do you observe? You will see tiny drops of water on the outside of the glass. This is because water vapor in the air condenses on the surface of the glass to form drops of water. Fog. Fog is formed when water vapor in the air condenses around dust particles near the ground. This reduces visibility. Dew. Dew appears when water vapor in the air condenses and appears as droplets on the leaves or ground. When dew freezes to form ice, it is called frost. It appears as tiny, white crystals. Hail. When raindrops pass through very cold air, they freeze to form small balls of ice. These balls of ice fall down as hail. Snow. When water vapor cools down suddenly, it freezes into tiny white flakes of snow. Foggy morning. Dewdrop. Hailstorm. Snow. Impurities in water. Water in the rivers, ponds and lakes is not pure. It contains a number of impurities. A. Insoluble impurities are those which do not dissolve in water and can be seen. Mud, sand and stones are some such impurities. B. Soluble impurities are those which are dissolved in water, and therefore cannot be seen. Salt and organic matter are some such impurities. C. Germs. Methods of water purification. We can remove insoluble impurities by 1. Sedimentation and decantation. Let the sample of water stand for some time. After some time, all the heavier impurities like mud, stones will settle at the bottom of the container. Water becomes clear. This process is called sedimentation. Pour the clear water slowly into another container. This is called decantation. 2. Filtration. It is a process by which all insoluble impurities are removed, by passing the impure water through a porous medium or filter. This process is similar to the one we use at home while pouring tea through a wire mesh strainer. Removing insoluble impurities. The rainwater, when it is absorbed by the surface of the earth, goes under the ground to become underground water. It is usually safe for drinking as it gets filtered while seeping through different layers of soil. 3. Chlorination. Filtered water is not safe for drinking as it may contain germs. We must further purify this water by adding chemicals like chlorine to make it safe for drinking. Adding chlorine or chlorine compounds to water is called water chlorination. Germs and bacteria get killed by chlorination. Bleaching powder is also used to kill germs in water. Well water is purified by adding a chemical called potassium permanganate to it. Nowadays, different kinds of filters like reverse osmosis, RO, systems are used in households to clean water. The best and safest way of purifying water is by boiling it. Water should be boiled for at least 10 minutes to kill all the germs. Water must be stored properly in vessels which are washed regularly. It must always be kept covered. Clean water is very precious. We should not waste water. Underground water. When it rains, some portion of it is absorbed by the soil. This water passes through several layers: the topsoil, the subsoil and porous rocks. It slowly collects below the porous rocks. The level of underground water in an area is called the water table. We utilize this water by digging wells and by using hand pumps and tube wells. Conservation of water. Since water is a natural resource, it must be used carefully. Collect rainwater and use it for watering plants. Do not leave the tap on while brushing your teeth or washing clothes. Do not wash cars with water pipe. Clean them with a washcloth and a bucket of water. Use a bucket and a mug for having a bath. Do not use a shower.